Happy Monday. This is the San Francisco 49ers report, and coming your way, the Niners, according to a report, doing their due diligence on four-time second-team All-Pro safety Justin Simmons. San Francisco also interested in another safety. Who is it? Stay tuned to find out. Let's talk some Niners football right now. Hope y'all had a great weekend and your weeks are off to a good start. It's Solar Eclipse Day. If you watched it, we did here at the Chat Sports office. It was pretty cool, I'm not going to lie, here in Dallas, Texas. It got completely dark this afternoon, but now it's time to talk some Niners football. According to a report, San Francisco doing their due diligence on four-time second-team All-Pro safety Justin Simmons. And it's not the first time that we've talked about Simmons here on the show, who was let go by the Denver Broncos for cost-cutting reasons. 49ers Sports Talk with the report here, and got to tell you, he's done a great job of having insight on some of these stories and kind of getting some feelers out there and predicting things before they happen. So I think you got to put some stock into this. According to a source, the 49ers have done their due diligence on potentially signing Justin Simmons. The longer he sits out in free agency, the better the chances are that they can get him off the market for a great price, is what a source continued. This will certainly be an interesting thing to watch. And it's an interesting thing to watch. It's an interesting thing to talk about because earlier during NFL free agency, according to Mike Silver, who's known Kyle Shanahan since he was a teenager, covered John Lynch when he was a player, NorCal guy, went to Cal, Bay Area ties. He's really tapped into this organization. He's hit on a couple of things during this offseason, signing a player like Leonard Floyd, releasing Eric Armstead, and Silver a few weeks ago, earlier in free agency, said the Niners were poking around on Justin Simmons, but it's not the only safety that they've shown interest in. And Kyle Shanahan has even said that we're looking to upgrade and bring in another safety in free agency. And then maybe, obviously, that could happen at some point during the 3 days of the NFL draft. But follow the paper trail here, ladies and gentlemen, and follow the Niners' actions and follow what people have said, including the Niners, but including some NFL insiders, but also what the Niners have an organization, what they've done here. Because there's been some feelers thrown out there for Justin Simmons. They showed interest in Rayshon Jenkins before he signed with the Seahawks. They brought in Julian Blackmon for a visit. And we're about to talk about Ashtyn Davis of the New York Jets as another safety who the Niners are interested in signing. The question becomes from a lot of people here pertaining to Justin Simmons. Chase, why even do this here? Few reasons. Highly decorated player. 3 straight years, he's been a second-team All-Pro. 4 of the last 5 years, he's been a second-team All-Pro. He's a special cat. He makes your defense better. And at the end of the day, Niners still have Super Bowl aspirations, and they're trying to improve and bulk up their roster so that they can get to the mountaintop and win that 6th Lombardi trophy. Justin Simmons helps you do that as a player, as a leader, as a presence. And then he also mans the free safety spot, which right now for San Francisco is the need. Talanoa Hufanga, Jair Brown, they play strong safety and they excel at doing that and owning that role as young players. But if you get that center field, deep ball hawking free safety, it really helps out your secondary, especially right now. And you have some questions who the outside cornerback is going to be opposite of Charvarius Ward. You're good with him. You're good in the slot with Deommodore Lenoir. And the more that I think about this, I don't think that bringing in Justin Simmons is an indictment on the youth talent that you have at safety in Hufanga and Jair Brown. I still think they're really good players. There could be a role for them, obviously. They've shown that they can be very good players in this league. I mean, shoot, Jair Brown as a rookie excelled, and then Talanoa Hufanga in 2022 was a first-team All-Pro in his second year in the league. And then lastly, if Justin Simmons is an affordable player, this improves your ball club, which at the end of the day, just like making your defense better, should be the goal here. There's a reality with Talanoa Hufanga that we do have to talk about too. Some good, some bad, some things that he can't control. Hufanga coming off a big injury. ACL. He had the Baker cyst in that same knee. Not all players come back and are absolutely at 100% after a severe injury like that. The 49ers are confident that he's going to be able to do that, but it's a big injury nonetheless. He's also in a contract year. And over the weekend, we saw Kyle Duggar, who plays a similar style to Talanoa Hufanga, sign a 4-year, $66 million contract with the New England Patriots to stay in Foxborough. Well, hold on. How does that impact the market for Hufanga if he plays in 2024 like he's played in his career? Niners might not be able to afford that price tag. That's a lot of money right there. Hufanga's been hidden in coverage because the Niners have maximized him as a player. They've really put him in positions to succeed, which is what good teams do around the line of scrimmage. Plays against the run, a part of some of those blitz packages. And they've hidden him in coverage because sometimes he can be a coverage liability. But the thing with Hufanga, you can still use him in a versatile role. Some people have said slot nickel corner. He's too slow for that. But playing around the line of scrimmage as a blitzer, against the run, making plays behind the backfield, as a hybrid linebacker and safety, that's more the role that I'm talking about as compared to slot nickel. As for Justin Simmons, you know what his role would be. Played a lot of single high safety in 2023, played very well, was the second team All-Pro, and in 2023, 70 tackles, 2 TFLs, 8 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. His coverage numbers allowed a completion rate, sub 64%, 3 touchdowns in coverage, and then the pass breakup and interception numbers you see there. The quarterback rating, 85.9. The thing with Justin Simmons, and we've thrown this statistic out, and obviously this is as evidenced by what he's done in his last 4 years, since he came into the league in 2016. Very long sample size here for an experienced, decorated player, as I said, who's a team captain. He leads the NFL in interceptions since 2016. You already have a really good defensive line. The makeover of that is something that I've been a fan of throughout this offseason. You're going to be really good at linebacker. Again, you shore up the secondary with Justin Simmons, you become a dangerous ball club and a better overall football unit. So if the Niners were to sign Justin Simmons, who would you like to see Nick Sorensen play more at safety? JS for Simmons, TH for Talanoa Hufanga. Today's 49ers Report is sponsored by Game Time. If you're looking for the best seats at the lowest price guaranteed, Game Time has you covered. See the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Game Time also has these all-in prices, which show your total up front, so you know you're getting a great deal without all of the hidden fees, which is what the other apps utilize. And you can buy tickets in just seconds with only 2 taps right from the power of your phone. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event. And even an hour after it starts, it's the place to find last-minute tickets. So if you want to go to a Golden State Warriors game, you want to go to a San Francisco Giants game, you can see the price points here on those tickets from this view. But then there's the bird's eye view, the map view, where you look down at the stadium. And if you're like, okay, I want to sit right by McCovey Cove, right there in right field, you can buy some tickets right there or anywhere up the first baseline, third baseline, whatever. I love this app because you can see what you'll be seeing from your seats here. So if you download the Game Time app and if you use the code CHATSPORTS, right here, you see it? CHATSPORTS. You get $20 off your purchase. We're going to put this link down in the show notes. We're going to put it down in the comment section as well. We care about you. We want you to save money. We want you to form these memories that happen when you go to a sporting event. But the cool thing about Game Time, in addition to everything that I've said, you can go to a concert, a comedy show, theater, and more. So we talked about Justin Simmons, that report from 49ers Sports Talk. He was on vacation, and now he's coming out of vacation with some bangers. He followed that up on this Monday, April 8th, with this, that the 49ers have been in contact with former Jets safety Ashtyn Davis, per source. San Francisco has reached out to a number of safeties in the free agency market. Davis, a University of Cal alum, being the latest. And we talked about those safeties a little bit earlier. If you skipped over that part of the video, you're just not being a real one right now. But the Niners, again, following the paper trail, have checked in on safeties here. More on Davis. He actually grew up in Santa Cruz before he went to Cal, went to Santa Cruz High School. Pretty interesting path for him starting his football career at the collegiate level. He first went to Cal to join their track team. So good athlete, very quick, fast. Then he hopped on the football team after a tryout during his freshman year. Well, that worked out for him. He earned first team Pac-12 honors back a few years ago, and then he played so well at Cal, he was the third-round pick of 2020. Can you imagine being so gifted as an athlete where, yes, he played football at Santa Cruz High School, but he goes to college to participate in track, and then he's like, you know what? I'm going to try out for the football team. He makes it, and then he turns into a third-round pick. Good genes right there. Throughout his career, he's played mostly strong safety. Again, that's the position that the Niners are looking at here. Does have some special teams value. His numbers from Pro Football Focus in 2023 were pretty good. What I want you to hone in on here, though, and focus in on here, it only came on 110 coverage snaps. So he was not utilized a lot as a consistent safety who would be back there in coverage. So limited coverage snaps, special team snaps, but when he was on the field, and this is what's impressive, is that in only 110 coverage snaps, he still had 8 pass breakups, in addition to 3 interceptions, allowed a passer rating of 32, and then you look at the Pro Football Focus grades, very, very good. He passes with flying colors here. Overall Pro Football Focus grade of 74.7, a run defense grade of 56.4, pass rush grade of 76.4, and a coverage grade of 77.9. So when the Jets did call his number in 5 starts, 110 coverage snaps, he was able to excel, and he played well for New York. Why this is appealing most likely for San Francisco, a couple of reasons, of course. Scheme familiarity, because he played under Robert Saleh, and he'd be able to come to San Francisco and wouldn't have to learn a completely new scheme. Obviously, the elements of what Nick Sorensen's going to do a little bit different, but there's scheme familiarity, which helps that transition. But they're also looking for another safety, as we discussed today, but other times throughout this offseason. You're maybe looking to replace Deshaun Gibson, who, a little bit older, might decide to retire, who's been a great value play for you over the last 2 years. He's played at a really high level, but you could go with the player who might be along the same range as far as the price tag goes, who's also younger. Deshaun Gibson, not as much special teams value. Davis would be able to give you that. And this is a solid backup at a position of need who can help you defensively and on that third unit, the third element of a football game, which is that special teams unit. Before we hop on out of here, make sure you give me a follow on X. I'm also on Instagram. X, 12,300 followers. Instagram, 26K. Here on the 49ers Report, just a bunch of long-form content. That's what we do, giving you shows here on the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. But on the YouTube side, some short-form content. So you can get snippets of updates pertaining to the San Francisco 49ers. Thanks to everybody for watching. Keep an eye out for coverage every single day year-round because that's what we do. And if you want that, hit that sub button.